Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura, Nitai Gaura, Nitai Gaura, Nitai Gaura. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everybody please come and be seated.
We have us today Bhagavatam Prabhu, Leelanand Prabhu, and the devotees from the Chipoli congregation. We have Subbarao Prabhu,
And
Raj Prabhu, Praveen Prabhu,
and
Dayanand Prabhu.
so let's all like
Now welcome them by loudly Mahamantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All the Madhav also please come inside and please be seated. And Bhagavatam Prabhu is very senior devotee, disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, and Prabhu is also preaching in US, Boston for a long time, and then moved to India, and here also in Gachibowli and many communities Prabhu is preaching, and is very good in preaching in Telugu also, not only English, and a wonderful devotee. You may be getting confused with another Bhagavatam Prabhu. He was like Brahmachari earlier, now Grasta. Prabhu was Grasta earlier, now Vanaprastha. So both are two different personalities, and but both are wonderful devotees. Yeah, welcome Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. So we check the other Madhav. Yeah. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Prabhujanandana Yamuna Tiravanakari Yashodanandana Prabhujanandana Yamuna Tiravanakari Yashodanandana Prabhujanandana Yamuna Tiravanakari Yashodanandana Yamuna Tiravanakari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna. So what you can do? One minute Bhagavatam. 1 minute slot. You will be right. Right? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama-shloki Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namah Pankajanabhaya Namah Pankajamarine Namah Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre Namo Kinchana Vittaya Nivruttaye Atma Ramaya Shantaya Kaivalyapataye Namaha Yaidrishi Bhagavo Yaidrishi Bhagavato Gatiratmavada Ekantato Nigamabhi Pratipaditana Tushyanva Abhadra Karuna Swakrite Nityam Konama Tat Prati Karoti Vinoda Patram Yaidrishi Bhagavato Gatiratmavada Ekantato Nigamabhi Pratipaditana Tushyanto Abhadra Karuna Swakritena Nityam Onamatat Pratikaroti Vinoda Patram
recite the practice.
यैरीदृशी भगवतो गतिरात्मवादा एकान्ततो निगमभिप्रतिपादितानः तुष्यन्त्वदभ्रकरुणा स्वकृतेन नित्यम्
दुष्यन्तवक्रकरुणा स्वकृतेन नित्यम्
तुष्यन्त्वदभ्रकरुणा स्वकृतेन नित्यम्
दुष्यन्तवक्रकरुणा स्वकृतेन नित्यम्
को नाम तत्प्रतिकरोति विनोदपात्रम्
को नाम तत्प्रतिकरोति विनोदपात्रम्
यैरीदृशी भगवतो गतिरात्मवादा
यैरीदृशी भगवतो गतिरात्मवादा
एकान्ततो निगमभिप्रतिपादितानः
एकान्ततो निगमभिप्रतिपादितानः
तुष्यन्त्वदभ्रकरुणा स्वकृतेन नित्यम्
दुष्यन्तवक्रकरुणा स्वकृतेन नित्यम्
को नाम तत्प्रतिकरोति विनोदपात्रम्
को नाम तत्प्रतिकरोति विनोदपात्रम्.
Hare Krishna. So we'll do the translation. Prabhupada Maharaj continued. How can such persons who have rendered unlimited service by explaining the path of self-realization in relation to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and whose explanations are given for our enlightenment with complete conviction and Vedic evidence, be repaid except by folded palms containing water for their satisfaction? Such great personalities can be satisfied only by their own activities, which are distributed amongst human society out of their unlimited mercy. Somajnanatinandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmritam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manamishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamriyam Tadati Swadavantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Akapalagapanam Sri Guru Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganadatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishadhantivascha Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tata Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yat Kripa Tamam Vande Shri Guru Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Radhe Bhagavan Brajeshatayam Tadam Vrindavanam Ramya Kachirupasana Rajavadhu Vankera Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Premapumardo Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tatradharana Para. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Madhav, thank you very much. Prabhuji, you put me a real test. This is a real test. So So because Vaishnavas are the masters, so we have to follow the orders of the Vaishnavas. తెలుగు ఎవరికి రాదు? ఎనీబడి డజంట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ తెలుగు ఎట్ ఆల్? 1 2 3 అరే చాలా మంది తెలుగు రాని వాళ్ళు, తెలుగు అసలు అర్థం కాని వాళ్ళు
అందరు తెలుగు రోజు
అంతా తెలియదు కదా? ఓకే,
తెలుగు క్లాస్
అదే ఈజీ అయిపోతుంది లైఫ్, చాలా ఈజీ. రవి ఎంతసేపు ఏంటి? వాట్ ఈస్ మై పోర్షన్, వాట్ ఈస్ ది పోర్షన్, వాట్ యూ హావ్ టు
decide.
I'll give 10 minutes. I just will explain this purport and purport. Translation explain చేస్తాను. Beautiful. How can such persons who have rendered unlimited service by explaining the path of self-realization in relation to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and whose explanations are given for our enlightenment with complete conviction and Vedic evidence, be repaid except by molded forms containing water for their satisfaction? Yeah. I think నాకు ఒక్కరు గుర్తు, ఎవరు గుర్తు? ప్రభుపాద గుర్తొస్తున్నారు, నాకు ఎవరు గుర్తు రావట్లేదు. ఏమంటున్నాడంటే కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్, భగవంతుని గురించి సెల్ఫ్ రియలైజేషన్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఆత్మ అంటే ఆత్మ సాక్షాత్కారం, సెల్ఫ్ రియలైజేషన్ గురించి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసిన వాళ్ళు మనం చూస్తున్నాం కదా, టీవీలలో మూవీలలో రకరకాల చాలా మంది ప్రవచనాలు ఇస్తున్నారు, అవునా? చూస్తున్నాం మనం. ఎంతమంది ప్రభుపాదులాగా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు టిల్ టుడే. ఈ రోజుకు నేను ఎప్పుడు చూస్తుంటాను, ఎవరన్నా ఆ లైన్లో వస్తారా? 1%. టిల్ దిస్ మూమెంట్ నోబడి. నా భూతో నా భవిష్యత్ ఇలాగా. అఫ్ కోర్స్ ఫాలోయింగ్ ఇన్ హిస్ ఫుట్ స్టెప్స్, ఆల్ ద ఇస్కాన్ డివోటీస్ ఆర్ డూయింగ్ దాట్. బట్ ప్రభుపాద లాగా చేసిన వాళ్ళ మట్టుకి ప్రభావి ఎవరు లేదు. వాట్ ఈస్ ద గ్రేట్నెస్ ఆఫ్ శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద? ఇది అర్థమైతే మనకి మన లైఫ్ ఈజీ అయిపోతుంది. ప్రభుపాద ఏం చేశారంటే, మిగతా వాళ్ళు 2 రకాలు ఉంటారు. జీవితాన్ని ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారు ఒక వర్గం, స్పిరిచువాలిటీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారు ఒక వర్గం. ప్రభుపాద ఏం చేశారు? గొప్పతనం ఏంటంటే రెండింటిని కలిపేశారు. సామాన్య మానవునికి సైతం, చదువురాని వాడికి సైతం అర్థమయ్యే రీతిలో స్పిరిచువాలిటీ తీసుకొచ్చి పెట్టారు. ఎస్పెషల్లీ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇంజనీర్ సైతం అర్థమయ్యే విధంగా స్పిరిచువాలిటీ తీసుకొచ్చి పెట్టారు. జనరల్గా సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇంజనీర్స్ అర్థం కాదు. సో అమెరికాలో ఉన్నప్పుడు మనం చూస్తుండే వాళ్ళం, there is a close tight connection between software engineers and ISKCON devotees, isn't it? అమెరికాలోకి వెళ్తే ISKCON ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎవరు ఉంటుంది? సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇంజనీర్ ఉంటుంది. ఎవరు అందులో తెలుగు వాళ్ళు. ప్రభుజీ ఏమన్నారంటే, ISKCON అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ అంటే తెలుగే చెప్పాడు. ISKCON అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ తెలుగు. ఈ అమెరికా, ఇండియాలో కాదు. సో అలాగే పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే, శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద ఇచ్చారు. సో అలాంటి వాళ్ళకి ఏం చేయగలం మనం? శ్రీల ప్రభుపాదకి మనం హౌ కెన్ బి రీపే? ఇస్ దేర్ ఎనీ వే? టెంపుల్ కట్టించో లేదంటే ఆయన గుడి కట్టి ఎవరు చేయగలమా? ఏమీ చేయలేము. ప్రభుజీ అన్నాడు, మన చర్మంతో చెప్పులు కుట్టించినా కూడా శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద రుణం తీరదట. విన్నారా? దట్ ఈస్ ద గ్రేట్నెస్ ఆఫ్ శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద. అంటే కృష్ణుని తీసుకొని మన దగ్గర పెట్టేశాడు. కృష్ణుడికి అందరికీ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ చేశాడు. రైట్, జస్ట్ లైక్ ఫ్లవర్స్ మన అందరి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి ఇస్తాం కదా, అలాగా ప్రభుపాద కృష్ణుని తీసుకొచ్చి మనకి ఇచ్చాడు. బట్ స్టిల్ వాట్ ఇస్ దట్? దుర్దైవ మీదృశం విహాజని నానురాగ. ఇంత జరుగుతున్నప్పటికీ కూడా, ఇంత చేస్తున్నప్పటికీ కూడా ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ అట్రాక్షన్ ఫర్ కృష్ణ. సమ్టైమ్స్ ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే, ఫ్రీగా వస్తే కూడా వాల్యూ ఉండదు కదా. మంత్రం కానీ భగవంతుడు కానీ మన దగ్గరకు వస్తే విలువ ఉండదు. మనం కష్టాలు పడి ప్రభుజీ చక్కగా మన దగ్గరికి జస్ట్ ఫుడ్ ఫాలోయింగ్ ఇన్ ద ఫుట్‌స్టెప్స్ ఆఫ్ శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద, he brought Jagannath to our place, to this place. How many people are there? In this community, thousands of people are there. You know, if they understood, this place should have flooded with devotees. But అదే తిరుపతికి వెళ్ళి 24 గంటలు ప్రయాణం చేసి ఇంకొక 24 గంటల లైన్లో ఉండి అక్కడ ఒక 10 సెకండ్లు సేమ్ లాడ్ అక్కడ ఇక్కడ సేమ్ 10 సెకండ్ల కొరకి అంటే ఏంటి, వీ హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ థింగ్స్ కాంప్లికేట్. అప్పుడు మనకు వాల్యూ, అమ్మ దిస్ ఇస్ వెరీ గుడ్, ఇట్ మంత్రం ఉంటుంది. ఆ హోమ్ హీమ్ హోమ్ దిస్ ఇస్ వెరీ గుడ్ మంత్రం. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ పే సమ్ మనీ. హరే కృష్ణ చాంట్ చేయాలి రావు, సింపుల్ గా హరే కృష్ణ నో, దట్ ఈస్ దుర్దైవం, దట్ ఈస్ మై దురదృష్టం అన్నమాట. బట్ పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ అది అప్పుడు వచ్చేది ఏంటి పుట్టి మహారాజ్. సో హూ ఎవర్ హ్యాస్ dedicated their life, Prabhuji, they all dedicate their life. So వాళ్ళకి ఏం చేయగలం? I always request in our programs, అయ్యా మీరు ఏం చేయాలక్కర్లేదు, దయచేసి రండి, కనీసం ప్రసాద టైంకి రండి అని చెప్తారు. స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి కూర్చోవడం కష్టం, రైట్? ఇక్కడ కూర్చొని చాలా ఇది, అక్కడ కూర్చొని చాలా కష్టం, ఐ నో. కనీసం ప్రసాదం కూడా రండి. అప్పుడు పెద్ద కంప్లైంట్ ఏంటంటే మా ప్రోగ్రాంలో మేము ఈవినింగ్ నుంచి మార్నింగ్ పెట్టాం. మీరు ఎందుకు ఈవినింగ్ వీక్ వేసారు, మార్నింగ్ ఎందుకు పెట్టారు? ఈవినింగే పెట్టండి, ఈవినింగ్ అయితేనే వస్తాం, అది కూడా ప్రశాంతానికి వస్తాం. సో ఇలా కలియుగం ఏం చేయలేం, బట్ స్టిల్ యు నో వి హావ్ టు డూ, దిస్ ఇస్ అవర్ వే. సో లాస్ట్ సెంటెన్స్ ఏమంటే ఇంకా such great personalities can be satisfied only by their own activities which are distributed amongst the human society out of their unlimited mercy. Yeah, connection to this same sentence, Krishna also conveying the same message to the gopis. Krishna అర్ధరాత్రి పిలిచాడు, ఫ్రూట్ పాయించాడు, పరిగెత్తుకొని వచ్చాడు గోపి అందరు నిర్చేయ ఎన్నది బ్యూటిఫుల్ శ్లోకం. అక్కడ ఏమంటాడంటే గేహ శృంఖల, శృంఖల అంటే గొలుసు, గేహ శృంఖల అంటే గృహం అనేటువంటి శృంఖలం, రైట్? గృహం, బంధం, ఫ్యామిలీ రిలేషన్షిప్ టైప్స్, రైట్? ఆ బంధాలన్నింటినీ ఛేదించుకొని గోపిని పరిగెత్తుకొని వచ్చారట కృష్ణ పిలవగా. దాని కృష్ణ ఏమంటాడు, మీరు చేసిన పనికి నా దగ్గర రిటర్న్ గిఫ్ట్ ఇవ్వడానికి ఏం లేదు, ఎందుకంటే రిటర్న్ గిఫ్ట్ సేమ్ లెవెల్లో ఉండాలి కదా, రైట్? కృష్ణ ఏమంటాడు, మీరు చేసిన పని నా దగ్గర ఏమో రిటర్న్ ఏం లేదు, మీరు చేసిన పని మీకే పొండి అంటున్నాడు. అలాగా ఇలా గ్రేట్ పర్సనాలిటీస్కి వాళ్ళకి ఏమి చేయాలి, మనం ఏమి ఇవ్వలేము, సింపుల్గా హోల్డెడ్ హ్యాండ్స్, మనసారా వాళ్ళ కృతజ్ఞతలు చెప్పుకోవటమే. కృతజ్ఞత, కృత జ్ఞానం, జ్ఞానించి జ్ఞానం, నాలెడ్జ్. కృత అంటే చేసినటువంటి. రియల్ మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ కృతజ్ఞత ఈజ్ జస్ట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ దే హావ్ డన్, యూ డోంట్ హావ్ టు డూ ఎనీథింగ్, దట్ ఇస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ కృతజ్ఞత. కృతజ్ఞత అంటే మనం ఏదో ఇవ్వాలి, నో, దట్ ఇస్ నాట్ కృతజ్ఞత. ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ దే హావ్ డన్ ఫర్ us, దట్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ కృతజ్ఞత. దట్ ఇస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ కృతజ్ఞత. అంటే ఏంటి, వాళ్ళు చేసిన పని మనకు అర్థం అవ్వాలి. అర్థమైందా? ఎంతమందికి అర్థం? ప్రభుపాద చేసిన పని ఎంతమందికి అర్థమైంది? ఒక ఆయన అన్నాడు, yes I can understand Prabhupada. No, he said no, you cannot understand. ప్రభుపాద పడిన కష్టాలు నీకు అర్థం కావు. ఎందుకు అర్థం కావు? You are not in the position of Srila Prabhupada. Unless 65-70 ఏళ్ళు వచ్చి జలదులో అమెరికాకి ప్రయాణం చేస్తే అప్పుడు అర్థమైంది నీకు. అంతేగాని నువ్వు అమెరికాకి వెళ్ళినా నీకు 70 ఏళ్ళు వచ్చినా అర్థం కాదు, రైట్? అమెరికాకి వెళ్తున్నావు, ఫ్లైట్కి వెళ్తున్నావు, అర్థమవుతా? అర్థం అవ్వదు. ఎవరు లేవు రిసీవ్ చేసుకోవడానికి. సో మెనీ థింగ్స్, హౌ కెన్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్? వీ కెన్. డోంట్ ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్, ఫర్గెట్ అబౌట్ ఇట్. జస్ట్ హోల్డ్ యువర్ హ్యాండ్స్. Thank you for that. Srila Prabhupada, thank you very much. Please give us some mercy so that we can try to understand your, things, whatever the mercy. Okay, so I would like to take. Thank you very much. Please forgive me if I spoke anything wrong and inappropriate. As a humble servant, Hare Krishna. So Prabhuji, please. So point enter meeku. Prabhuji ki coaching cheptaru. Why you speak? Actually, Leela was supposed to speak. So, okay na? Hare Krishna. Thank you. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitaya Gaur Hari Premanande Hari Hari Ho.
Thank you, Bhagwan Prabhu.
Now we are going to continue here. Few words about Leela Prabhu.
Everybody knows Leela Prabhu because we keep hearing from Radheshyam Prabhu and many other devotees what the wonderful things they are doing there.
Probably.
And
No introduction
yet, parallelly, like the 16 programs they must be going on maybe tomorrow morning, like they do. And then they also meet together, is guiding so many devotees. All the devotees are like now they are working in big companies and everybody is like big shot in so many companies. And Prabhu also introduced to Krishna consciousness in Boston, and he is also disciple of His Holiness Cardinal Maharaj. And 2013, Prabhu got initiated and returned to India. And then under the guidance of Radheshyam Prabhu from last 8 years, he has been doing various programs in Gachibowli in many different communities there. And also, right now we have many devotees there. The congregation, probably the biggest congregation in Hyderabad, in Gachibowli. And also Prabhu has a farm where there are 59 cows are there right now, and he takes very good care of cows, and also arranges whatever is required for taking care of the cows. And they have deities there, and regularly devotees gather there to render various services. And Mataji's name is Anuradha Priya Devi as Mataji. She is also a wonderful devotee and part of Sati Sangha, and also cultivates many other Matajis. And Prabhu's parents were also devotees, Radha Leela Mataji and also Namkeshwar Das Prabhu. And he had come here, and right now Prabhu is also not keeping well last almost a year and a half right now. And let's all pray sincerely for Prabhuji for his well-being. And Prabhu is also CA and MBA. In the last 22 years, he is working in consulting, currently working as a Vice President, Finance and HR for a mid-sized multinational IT company based out of Gachibowli. Thank you very much for coming, Prabhu. I personally meet Prabhu and talk to him on a regular basis. And when I'm in the very difficult situation, he came and helped me. I will never forget your help. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam to all assembled devotees. నాకు తెలుగు అంత బాగా రాదు, ఇంగ్లీష్ అసలే రాదు, భరించండి. కానీ sometimes when a sweet shop is opened in a colony, everybody is happy. Sweets are going to be fresh. Every day you can go and buy and eat. But there is one personality who is most happy. That is a housefly. Because easily it can go and eat whichever sweet it wants. So I am also like a housefly sitting on this Vyasasan. I don't deserve to sit here. But Prabhuji called me and said, Prabhu, you give some discourse on appreciation. Prabhuji told talk about appreciation. It's too overwhelming for me to sit here and actually talk about appreciation when Prabhuji is sitting here and Mataji is sitting here. My wife often talks about you, Mataji, all the time. Whenever we have fight in the house, she tells me that we should be like Madhav Gopinath Prabhu and his wife.
Then you don't know what's happening here.
So really, Vaishnavas are part of our family in many ways. We are one family and we are taking care of each other by each other's example. So I'd like to read the purport before we get started. This verse is a beautiful verse. I chose this verse today morning. Actually, yesterday. I didn't get much time to prepare for this. Yesterday I was in a little weird situation in a hospital with my son. So yesterday night I came, then I said, okay, let me choose a verse. This verse was chosen by, I think by Gaurang Darshan Prabhu in Shubhodri. When he finished the entire Shubhodri series, he ended it with this verse. See, how can we thank somebody who gave this knowledge to us? So that's okay. This is the best verse for appreciation. The Bhagavatam Prabhu? It's unbelievable verse. So I'll read the purport. Please pay attention. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Great personalities of the material world are very eager to render welfare service to human society. But actually, no one can render better service than one who distributes the knowledge of spiritual realization in relation with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All living entities are within the clutches of the illusionary energy. Forgetting their real identity, they hover in material existence, transmigrating from one body to another in search of a peaceful life. Since these living entities have very little knowledge of self-realization, they are not getting any relief. Although they are very anxious to attain peace of mind and some substantial happiness. Saintly persons like the Kumaras, Narada, Prahlada, Janaka, Sukadeva Goswami, and Kapila Deva, and Srila Prabhupada, as well as the followers of such authorities as the Vaishnava Acharyas and their servants, can render a valuable service to humanity by disseminating knowledge of the relationship between the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the living entity. Such knowledge is a perfect benediction for humanity. Knowledge of Krishna is such a great gift that it is impossible to repay the benefactor. Therefore, Prithu Maharaj requested the Kumaras to be satisfied by their own benevolent activities in delivering souls from the clutches of Maya. The king saw that there was no other way to satisfy them for their exalted activities. The word Vinodapatram can be divided into two words, Vina and Udapatram, or can be understood as one word, Vinodapatram, which means joker. A joker's joker's activities simply arouse laughter. And a person who tries to repay the spiritual master or teacher of the transcendental message of Krishna becomes a laughing stock, just like a joker, because it is not possible to repay such a debt. The best friend and benefactor of all people is one who awakens humanity to its original Krishna consciousness. Translation purport with Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Prithu Maharaj ki, Four Kumaras ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Jai. So, here in this conversation, Prithu Maharaj, I just made few notes. Thought I'll repeat them. So, here in this conversation, it is Prithu Maharaj who is praising the four Kumaras for the beautiful. Am I audible to the right? Yeah. So he's praising the four Kumaras that how can you be satisfied? I was saying to see in ISKCON, giving lecture is very easy. For a simple reason that you only have to repeat what you have heard from authorities. And if you go to ISKCON Desire Tree, because I did not have time, yesterday evening at 5 o'clock, finally I decided, okay, I'll talk something. I went to ISKCON Desire Tree and I typed appreciation. And there were like 2,000 links that came below. Because every Vyas Puja is also called appreciation, apparently. So whenever there was a Vyas Puja that happened, there also appreciation is coming. Appreciation of this Maharaj, appreciation of that Maharaj. And I was searching for some people, who have given any talk on appreciation. Did not have time. So a little bit here and there. I'm just repeating the words of some great Vaishnavas. So in ISKCON, if somebody is calling, you're being called for a lecture, the true humility is to go and give the lecture. Because you have to repeat the words of great Vaishnavas, right, who are there in the moment. So I heard from different sannyasis, little talks, and it was a blissful time because of Prabhuji. I was sitting in the hospital, yet I was very blissful because I was hearing about appreciation. Finally, the doctor came. He said, your treatment is over, you can go. I said, thank you very much, appreciation. So, I was going to say something, I completely forgot again. So anyway, so like Prabhuji said, Srila Prabhupada, how much he can be appreciated. I was reading Leelamrita. Last year I took a resolution that I will spend time with my children. Both my sons are teenage now, almost 17 and 16. So I told with them, how should I spend time? So every night before we sleep for half an hour, 15 minutes to half an hour, we read Leelamrita together. So it's a great journey. We are going through, in between all these exams came, so we halted. All of us are eager to again read. How many here have read Leelamrita? Srila Prabhupada Lilamritam. Yeah. Once His Grace Dwarkadish Prabhu told, if you are an ISKCON movement, you have not read Lilamritam, you are not part of the movement yet. Yeah, because you have to understand what our Acharya has gone through to give us what we have received. This verse can be understood a lot if you have read Lilamritam. And I'm only maybe 1/5 of the portion. I've read bits and pieces, but now that I'm reading, I've only finished 1/5, and already it feels so heavy. Already it feels so heavy. Right now he's going to get the ticket to Jaladuta. That's where I am. He's taken sannyas and he's going there. But one of the places where I was reading, staying in Delhi, he writes to a sannyasi Maharaj. He's living in this Gaudiya. I forgot the Maharaj's name. He's a very famous Maharaj in Gaudiya, who is in charge of that Gaudiya. So he writes to him saying, I'm doing the job that you assigned me to do, that is to go and distribute the knowledge of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. I'm also helping in fundraising, but I have one request. He writes that one request, Prabhupada, to that sannyasi Maharaj. He says, can you give me some money so I can purchase some clothes? Because the kind of clothes I'm wearing to go and ask for donation, people are not looking at me as respectfully. While I read that, it was both my sons, me, we just halted, as if the time stopped. What our Acharya has gone through, right? We are all earning, especially in IT jobs. Mostly we get more than what we deserve. That's the reason we are in anxiety all the time. If somebody sacks me, right? Because we know the kind of money we are getting. Past karma, Yamaraj created IT, and that's all it is. Because of karma, we are getting it. That's all. So we are getting it, and we are so much spending it. We are going and buying things. Sometimes we go to Amazon, some link, we buy things. Sometimes we don't even need, we buy it. Right? Especially iPhone, what is the next version? Right? People go and spend like 2 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs on a phone. And look at our Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He was counting money. He had money. It's not like he did not have money. But he was using that money to buy tickets to go to places, and Shri Jagannath ki jai, Shri Prahlad Narsimha ki jai, Shri Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman ki jai, Thy God Premanand. So we are spending money so calculatively for every little small thing. And when it came to himself, he wanted to beg. See the aspect here. When you have money, you spend it for yourself. That is my condition. And when I want for somebody, then I go and beg. Look at Acharya, what he's doing. When he has money, he's spending for Krishna, and he wanted something for himself, he started begging. That, can you send me some money that I can buy clothes? Right? So how can we repay such an Acharya who has just given everything? All his comforts. This is my interpretation. It may be wrong, but while I was reading the purport, I was remembering that purport of Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita, where he writes that a person can be killed if he has done 6 activities. I don't know if you remember that. Huh? Yeah, as per Dharma. What is it, Dharma? Manusmriti. There are levels of Dharma. There is one place where he says, if somebody steals your land, somebody kidnaps your wife, somebody puts fire to your house, somebody gives you poison, right? You can kill that person. Then suddenly I felt, what did my Guru Maharaj do? He did all the 6 activities to me. How? He removed the attachment towards all those things. It's equal to killing. Isn't it? A Guru, a great Vaishnava Acharya, he doesn't take away your property, he removes the attachment. He doesn't take your wife, he removes the attachment towards wife also. Right? He doesn't take away your wealth also, he doesn't need it. He removes the attachment. And at the cost of all those 6 things also, if he is giving this spiritual knowledge, we should appreciate it. Right? We should appreciate that Guru who gives this knowledge and takes away all these things. Takes away all these things in the real sense that we don't have any attachment towards it. Like in this beautiful township, the image of the township always remains in my eyes, whenever I come here. And today, first time sitting here, how beautiful are these houses? Because I don't think any devotee who lives in this house is attached to the house. They're more attached to the temple here. Isn't it? How beautiful it is. My father became, my last trip with my father going outside is this place. After this, he went down, he got brain hemorrhage. Now he's completely bedridden. But when he came here, he told, hey, ఇక్కడ ఉంటే ఎంత బాగుంటుందా, I told. Because Prabhuji brought my father here, I showed him the temple and the whole place, and he told, ఇక్కడ ఉంటే ఎంత బాగుంటుందా, I told like that. But I don't know whether I'll fulfill the desire of my father, but because we're already serving in that part of the city. But what attracted him? It is not the construction of the flats or the greeniness here. It's just the temple and devotees. When we went to Prabhuji's house that day, it was filled with 7 devotees. Like no house has 7 devotees sitting inside, laptops, and it almost felt like, I don't know what it was. And that time the whole drive of, devotees were wanting to come and be part of this community. There were registrations, something is going on, and all the devotees were helping each other. So it was a very unique and beautiful scene to be part of. And this community itself. How many want to be part of such a community? Prabhuji? Praveen Prabhu? Subara Prabhu? Yeah. By coming here, we realize how poor we are, what we don't have. Right? It's this kind of place where we all can come together. We're all living in different communities there, but we don't have this. And this is what should be our gift to Prabhupada. Right? So how do we thank such personalities who give this kind of knowledge, right? This kind of wisdom to us, which tell us what to do in life, So appreciation. When we use the word appreciation, should we appreciate Vaishnavas? Once His Grace Balwant Prabhu told me that if you don't appreciate a Vaishnava, you'll fall down. In bhakti, appreciation should be our part of life. It should be in every word that we use. Because if you're not appreciating a Vaishnava, then why did Krishna give you that tongue? Why did Krishna give you that voice? And the whole bhakti revolves around we appreciating others. And genuine appreciation, not like just the same Prithu Maharaj, in the same, I think in 4th canto somewhere, he even chastises the people who appreciate him other way around, saying, you're appreciating more than what I deserve. That's another thing also. Right? Vaishnavas don't accept appreciation. At the same time, it's our duty to appreciate Vaishnavas. By appreciating them, our spiritual life becomes more and more vibrant. And by appreciating them, everything we have read and practicing becomes meaningful. We have to appreciate. We learn to appreciate. Actually, before coming to Krishna consciousness, we all were looking for appreciation. Right? We all were always harping for appreciation. Somebody has to appreciate me. Somebody has to appreciate me. Right? After coming to Krishna consciousness, devotees anyway appreciate everybody. Right? Initial days of Krishna consciousness, you all remember how much devotees appreciated whatever little thing we did? Everything we did. My Siksha Guru, His Grace Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, was continuously appreciating me to a point that I became embarrassed. He said, Prabhu, abhi roko. I don't think I'm doing anything that you're appreciating so much. Because devotees do that to encourage. And they actually see good in everything. Right? So they appreciate. But materialistically, we also expect appreciation. That is there. I was hearing to His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. He was saying the tendency to hear appreciation comes when we are doing something which is not as per our Swadharma. Right? We all have a nature, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmana. As per that nature, when we are serving God, we never expect appreciation. See, when we are serving as per our nature, appreciation requirement is not there. But when we do things which are against our nature or not in fitment with our nature, then we need a lot of encouragement to do what we are doing. That's where people start expecting appreciation. Right? But the beauty of bhakti is we are doing not only Swadharma, I mean like Dharma at a nature level, we are actually doing our Sanatan Dharma, which is to serve the Supreme Lord. When we genuinely serve the Supreme Lord, then we don't expect appreciation. It's naturally, you don't feel that I should be appreciated because your soul is already satisfied. Savay punsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radokshaje ahaitaki apriyata yatma suprasidati. You're already happy. By serving the Supreme Lord, you become so happy that you don't want to be appreciated. That's why Vaishnavas are not like, they're doing service. They want to, because they're already doing as per their Swadharma. What to speak of their nature? Why people outside are so much in anxiety and so much unhappiness is because they're not doing things as per their nature. Right? A Brahmanical person who should be ideally doing something like HR work is doing sales work. A warrior who should be doing sales work is doing programming. Right? I mean, what kind of job are we doing? The job that we are doing is not as per our satisfaction. It is not giving us that kind of satisfaction. Varnashrama is already gone before Kali Yuga started. The ashramas are remaining. Varnas are already mixed. Kalo Shudra Sambhava, they say, right? Everything is Mishrama. So that is the reason we are not satisfied. That is the reason this part of the time, now it's March, in April, May, lot of the people in anxiety. Will my boss appreciate me and give me something? Appraisal time. Right? Will he give me something? Whereas there is no appraisal for a Vaishnava. For the Vaishnava, the appraisal is just continuing his service. It doesn't need to be appraised and it doesn't need to be recognized also. Once, I always repeat this example that touched my heart. Once me and my father, we were in a car and we were waiting for picking up some people in Saidabad. How many know Saidabad is? Saidabad colony? No? Hyderabad? Inside Saidabad colony, there is a police station. And specifically telling this address, because after hearing this, you want to go and meet that Vaishnava. So inside Saidabad colony, there is an old police station. Now the new police station is outside, old police station. Behind the police station, there is slum. Me and my father stopped our car and we were waiting for some people to come into our car. We told we'll stand behind the police station, you all come. So we're waiting for them. We went there, that place first time. We stopped there, we were waiting. Suddenly I was in the driver's seat, my father is there. We both were chanting, we had rounds remaining, we were chanting. And suddenly I saw that the slum house, the slum houses are very low, in height, barely 8 feet, the height, the shutter, and a little place to sit in front of the house, right? Argu, like a little argu, and there is a tulsi plant kept there. And actually not one, two, three tulsis were kept there. And we just looking at that, I saw Tulsi Marani there, and they started chanting. And suddenly one person came outside with a chanting bag. That was like, wow, Krishna, what is happening? He came out of chanting bag. He was wearing Burma, like a knicker, like poor person. He just came out, knicker, t-shirt. He was a middle-aged person, around 50 years, I believe, 40, 50. He came outside and he started chanting, sitting beside the Tulsi plant. Me and my father looked at it. My father went, hey, Vaishnava, devotees are here. Said, okay, anyway, let's continue to chant. Let's not disturb. He is chanting, we are chanting, let us chant. He looked at us. My father generally chants, he keeps his hand like this. I don't know why. He keeps his hand upside. So he could see him from the window. He saw that my father is chanting. Immediately he kept his chanting back there. He came running to our car. He said, Prabhuji, you have come here, come to my house, come to my house. I don't know him. I know he is a Vaishnava, but why should I go and trouble him? I told Prabhu, Dandavad Pranam, Prabhu, we are waiting for some people. They'll come right now. As soon as we come, we'll go. But thank you for calling us, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you have to come. Are aap yahan pe aaye? Mere ikkada varaku vachcharu, intiకి raarenti. Come, please come. So we went inside. It was, you can't say no to a Vaishnava request. He came. Completely not planned. The car is right in front of his house. He said, okay, anyway, we'll come, then we'll pick up and go. Let us go take darshan. We went to his house. And his entire house might be 10 feet by 12 feet. That is the size of his house, which is divided into 2 rooms. A kitchen and a front room. That's all it is. And the kitchen might be 3 feet by 6 feet. Right? And I don't know how much space he has to cook. And the main room must be like 5 feet by 10 feet. Together it is 12 by 10, something like that. And in that there is one bed. So barely if you walk inside, you don't have much space to walk around. There is a bed and there is this 3 feet left and then you have to go into the kitchen. That's all, 2 rooms. I don't know, it might be a common bathroom. I have not seen bathroom. But, so I went inside and he made me sit. My father said, Prabhu, He was so happy. I could not understand how can anybody be so happy by meeting people that he doesn't know. Like, Prabhu, you come, please sit down. It's so nice. Vaishnavas have come. Right now. Just to. I was like, oh, what I tell you, Prabhu? No. I don't need anything. We are going now. No, Vaishnavas have come. How can I send without pressure? And he called his wife. It's very simple lady. She came and she was like, ఏమండి చెప్పండి చెయ్యి ఏదో చెయ్యి. She went inside. Within 5 minutes, mystically, she made upma. I don't know how she made. 5 minutes. Taka, she made upma. And I was sitting there, Prabhu, Oddu Prabhu. No, Prabhuji, Vaishnava intiకి వచ్చారు. He was going and using the same word. Vaishnava intiకి వచ్చారు. Right? And then he offered, I was looking, where will he offer? There was one plastic chair. Cream color plastic chair. And that is his altar. On the plastic chair, because that's the only space he has in the house. On the plastic chair, there are 2 padukas of his guru. His guru is Narayan Maharaj, who preaches in East Maratpalli. I don't know if you've seen that temple. This temple on the first floor. Very simple sannyasi Maharaj. I had gone to that place, Gaudimat. So his guru's padukas are there. And even, there is Guru Varga sticker on top of the chair. And there is Radha Krishna picture on the top. Right? That's his altar. And there are 2 nails, and to that nail he has put the garland, right? And Sri Radha Yugala Kishore, those are the deities in that center. The same pictures are there. And then I recognized, oh, this is that center, Yugal Kishore deities. Then he offered prasadam there, and then he got it. Immediately gave it to me and my father. We had that little upma, the tastiest upma, I believe, ever, because it was filled with so much love and affection. Then I asked him, Prabhu, what do you do? आप क्या करते हैं? So, Prabhu, मेरा auto है ना बाहर. So there is an auto standing behind, beside the house. So he's an auto driver. Prabhu. So he told. Then he started telling, because I was asking, he started telling about this. He was telling about a simple life, simplicity, like Prabhupada says, simple living, high thinking. He was telling about simple living with so much happiness. He said, Prabhu, every day I go for auto, morning 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. That's all is my auto driving. And while I'm driving my auto, my wife cooks prasadam for me. I have breakfast. Then I take my lunch prasadam. Evening 5 o'clock, I'm back. So no, only till 5. हाँ Prabhu, बस है जो भगवान देता है. Whatever Krishna gives, Radha Yugal Kishore gives, I'm happy. So very nice. Then I went and saw his auto. His auto is filled with Radha Krishna pictures everywhere. Right? And then there is a small dabba. In that he keeps books also. Prabhupada books are there all. So whenever any person gets into the auto, he told, while he's giving the money, he tells, can you give 10 rupees extra, I'll give you a book. Just imagine. He is doing book distribution every day, Prabhu. And his only motivation to go every day outside is to distribute books, not to drive the auto. Driving auto is a byproduct. Right? I cannot express. Tears were rolling in my eyes that what kind of a devotee is this person, right? And then I asked him, Prabhu, so any satsang happens here? Like that I asked. So he said, हाँ होता है ना प्रभु, 2 बार होता है. So 2 बार किधर होता है? तो यहीं पे होता है. I looked at his house. It was barely 5 people can stand inside, right? Then he said, Prabhu, हमारे घर में सुबह भागवत होता है, शाम में भगवत गीता होता है. Really? Then he said, हाँ प्रभु, अभी 8 बजे को गौ माता आके जाती है. क्या आके जाती है? गौ माता आके जाती है. He was speaking in Hindi, saying every day a cow comes to his house, enters into his house, and goes out. Every day. How many of our houses cow comes inside? Huh? First of all, living so complicatedly, even crows will not come inside. A cow comes into his house every day and she goes out, right? Giving blessing. And every day there is a set of people who have got interest in Srimad Bhagavatam. Every day they come at 8:30. They have Guru Aarti like this. On the chair with the Padukas, they have Guru Aarti. And then they have Bhagavatam class till 9:30. And 9:30 his wife cooks prasadam for all the devotees who come. Every day, I'm not talking once in a week. Every day. She cooks prasadam and she gives it to everybody. And then he goes for auto driving. Evening 5 o'clock he comes back, takes bath, and he told, शाम में क्या होता है प्रभु जी? वही आते हैं प्रभु जी, सभी लोग आते हैं शाम में 7-8 बजे तक भजन चलता है, full भजन. In that house, outside that house, there is bhajan, kirtan going on, and Bhagavad Gita class happening, and then they sleep. And early morning they get up again, chanting Srimad, and Bhagavatam class, cow comes and goes. Prabhu, that is devotion. That is a temple. That is where Krishna lives. I could feel the presence of Krishna in that place. Right? But the greatest thing that he had, in spite of living such a beautiful life, is his appreciation for devotees. Right? He was appreciating me. I was feeling embarrassed there. I don't have any kind of devotion that he has. But he was appreciating me, saying, Prabhu, you come, you are Vaishnavas. आप लोग आए, आओ बैठो, फिर कब आओगे? फिर कब आओगे? आएंगे, जरूर आएंगे. That is devotion. And that is appreciation, which I've seen in devotees. Right? Krishna also appreciates all of us. Kurashekar Alvar tells in his Mukundamala Stotram that Lord Ram, how great you are, that even for little devotion we do, you give your abode to us. You give your abode to us. Nobody gives his abode to anybody. You are giving your abode for doing little devotion. Thoda sa devotion. How Lord Ram is appreciating. Look at the life of Lord Ram. Ram Navami is coming. There is Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman here. How he appreciated everybody who came into his life. Everybody. Right? He appreciated Hanuman. And how did he appreciate? He hugged him. Saying, I don't have anything else, Hanuman, except for hugging you for what you have done for me. Right? He appreciated Vibhishan, even though he's coming from Rakshasa Kula. He appreciated Sagar, the sea, that you are doing such a great service here. Can you allow me to cross over you? He appreciated every single Vanara who fought for him. Ramayana explains that he went and even did Antim Sanskar of every Vanar. Every evening he used to go and he used to talk to every Vanar, asking, thank you that you fought for me. I'm so sorry you hurt your hand. I'm so sorry your leg is hurt. Every other king would go and sleep for the next day. Lord Ram would just walk with the whole Sena and see who is injured. And if somebody has died, he would do Antim Sanskar. Right? The whole Antim Sanskar he would do. That is appreciated. He did Antim Sanskar for Jatayu. When he understood that Jatayu tried to do what he did, he told, I could not do Antim Sanskar for my father, but you are my father's friend. It's my great fortune that I will do Antim Sanskar for you. Just out of appreciation. Supreme Lord is appreciating his devotees unlimitedly, and devotees are appreciating the Supreme Lord. And the greatest is when devotees are appreciating devotees. That is like a feast for the Supreme Lord. When he sees devotees are appreciating devotees, Krishna is like totally happy. Like, yes, this is the best place. When I come to Singapore Township and Nanda Gokulam and the whole, I see devotees appreciating devotees. So much, it is unbelievable. I don't know what you fed them, what you mixed in that. Please send that recipe to us also. Where we can appreciate like the way you appreciate each other. And this appreciation is reflecting into these temples. Prabhuji was telling he has some other plan of opening another temple. Temples are manifesting like, I don't know, like mangoes, in the season. Taka, taka, taka. Prabhuji is opening temples, taka, taka. It's not possible, Prabhu, unless Krishna is happy. If Krishna is happy, temples will happen. Maybe Krishna is not happy in Gachibowli. That's why, he has increased the rates of the land, everything Krishna is doing. We have to make him happy. Then temple will come. But such a beautiful culture. There's so many temples here. Every house is a temple. Every devotee's house is a temple. Right? And if we can see that, we can appreciate. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu was explaining one aspect of appreciation coming after application coming after assimilation. Assimilation, application, and then appreciation. We have to assimilate what we are getting. so that we can apply what we are receiving. Then we can appreciate by experiencing it. Bhakti comes at the last. When appreciation means bhakti. Once Sigal Kishore Prabhu, in his initial days of my Krishna consciousness, he was telling that gratitude is not bhakti. Gratitude is not bhakti. I said, what do you mean? It's not. He said, gratitude is bhakti. Gratitude is bhakti. You don't have to say, in bhakti में gratitude होता है क्या? Bhakti में appreciation होता है क्या? Appreciation ही bhakti है. That is bhakti. If you can't appreciate what you're receiving, and Lord Ram in Ramayana says, I can give any benediction to anyone who approaches me, but I will not give anything to a person who doesn't have gratitude. A person who doesn't have gratitude doesn't deserve anything at all. Even God's mercy doesn't come to him. God's mercy comes only when there is appreciation, right? I will, this can go on forever, but I'll just end with one more small story, one more small incident. I was walking behind the Rath in Hyderabad Rath Yatra, and this happened like 5 years back, I believe. So Abbott's Rath Yatra was going on. We were walking, and the Rath was almost going near Nampally, back to Nampally, that road. And suddenly I saw one 4 feet 10 inches maybe height person, very short. You can imagine, not even 5 feet. Very lean, very short person. He was distributing cards, like visiting card. Devotee. What is he distributing? He came to me, Prabhu, aap aana Rath Yatra ko. Like that he gave and he went. Aana Rath Yatra, I'm already in Rath Yatra. Aana Rath Yatra kya matlab hai? Then I saw the card. Then it said 108th Rath Yatra. 108th Rath Yatra? Kidhar ka 108th Yatra? Then I was searching for him. Where is he? Then I found him. Then I went and asked him, Prabhu, ye kya kaun sa Rath Yatra? It just says, please come 108th Rath Yatra, Ravantapur, like that. How many of you know that devotee? Very lean, and he comes to Abbott's temple sometimes. You know him, Prabhu? What's his name, Prabhu? Prabhu, can you imagine? Every Ekadashi, I asked him, what do you do?
He is the only person who drives that particular chariot, and hardly you see devotees around that particular area. He pulls out almost 1 hour in that particular
area. We are so fortunate to see a Vaikunthavasi Prabhu. He does Rath Yatra every Ekadashi. Then how does he do? He has a rickshaw. You know that rickshaw pulling, right? The rickshaw. That is his Rath. So he has Jagannath in his house. That's what he told me. I have not been to the Rath Yatra. That's what he told me. He keeps Jagannath on the altar, and he is pulling the Rath, and his wife is distributing puffed rice. That is a prasadam, right? So whoever comes our way, they take that puffed rice, they give it to everybody. Jagannath Prasad, and Hare Krishna, Jagannath Prasad. Then whole Ramantapuri goes around. Every Ekadashi, he does Rath Yatra. How many Rath Yatras we do in a year? ఒక్కడు చేయడానికి ఇన్ని కష్టాలు, ఇన్ని డిస్కషన్లు, ఇన్ని ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్లు, right? To do one Rath Yatra. He does Rath Yatra every Ekadashi, and he's inviting more. Please come and join us. Please come. Run. Then I asked him, what does he do? He told, he is a security guard. He is a simple security guard outside an ATM of a bank. That's his job. And barely, he doesn't get leave. There is no leave. So if he takes a leave, that means his salary is gone for that day. So he only takes 2 leaves in a month. That is for 2 Ekadashis. And he does this Rath Yatra. Prabhu, you know how much a security guard is paid? 8,000 to 10,000 rupees. How much do we pay for petrol in our car when we stop near a... We don't even look at it, right? Baga double explaining. Card is pottu. Boy, enta padtanta boy. Tank full. Right? Just swipe it. We don't even think about that. Devotee earns 8 to 10,000 rupees, and in that he is doing 2 Rath Yatras in a month. And with whatever little that he is earning, he is distributing prasadam to entire Ramantapur. Prabhu, you tell me, will Krishna come to take him back to Godhead or no? Huh? Oh, that is called appreciation for what you have received. When you appreciate Krishna for what you have received from Krishna, when you appreciate what you have received from Prabhupada, you will give your life for Prabhupada. Today, if you are thinking, should I give this, should I not give this? That means we have still not appreciated what we have received. Right? We are not appreciated yet. Still we are thinking which property I should keep, which property my son will take, which property my daughter will take. How Padmanabha Swami temple in Kerala has so many properties? Has anybody thought about it? How Venkateswara Swami temple in Tirupati has so many properties? Because it was a culture of our society that before I left this body, I will give a property to the Supreme Lord. It was part of a culture. It was not like some people gave. Everybody gave. Whatever they earned, something they just gave. They did not want to keep it for their children. They said, children will anyway. Krishna is there to take care of my children. I will give this. And it's unfortunate that those are being taken over by government now. Such unfortunate. They are offerings of love. A plot, a land, a bungalow. So many properties are there. Temple used to be the richest institution. Now it is the most hidden institution. Right? They're hiding things before the government knows, I don't know what. But the culture, it was like that because our culture was filled with appreciation. That I want to give something back. Right? So that is there, we also have to do something for Prabhupada. If you don't give a property, okay, I'm too conditioned, I cannot give my property, at least use that property in his service. At least use it. Let your house be, let your land be, let your everything that you have be in service of Krishna. Don't keep any property which has no relationship with Krishna. That will be a burden at the time of your death. If you have a land, do something in that land that Vaishnavas can come and use it. Right? Something in that land that Vaishnavas can come and use it. If you have a house, do something, construct the house in such a way there can be satsang. If it's a 3-bedroom house, destroy 2 bedrooms, let there be 1 bedroom, the hall should be big. So that satsang can happen. Right? So we have to do something for Prabhupada, for everything that he has given to us. For everything that has given to us. And Krishna is so merciful that he will accept whatever we give, even if they come with small mistakes. Even if they come with small mistakes. Like the way Lord Ram, I did not use the word tolerated, but to a large extent managed the anger of Lakshmana. Lakshmana would want to serve Lord Ram all the time. But Lakshmana had almost the same characteristics of Bhim in Pandavas. He would get angry very fast. But that also Lord Ram would see it as love only. Right? No matter what Lakshmana said, he would only see love in that. He went to, after he was told that you have to go to Vanavas, Lord Ram went to Kaikeyi. Of course, he went to Kaikeyi. And he said, I'm not happy with you. Mother, I'm not happy with you. Kaikeyi is already feeling guilty for what she has done. And Lord Rama goes and tells, I'm not happy with you. And she even more embarrassed. She said, my mother, Kaikeyi, I'm not happy with you because you wasted your 3 boons for asking what you have asked. That you could have just told me, I would have gone. You could have asked something else more worthy to my father. Why did you waste your boons? You would have just told Ram, go, leave the kingdom, I would have gone. Stay 14 years, I would have stayed 14.5. I don't know. I know you didn't say that, but I would have just gone. You wasted those boons by asking about me to go. And to make Bharat the king of the, Ayodhya, I would have done it. Why did you ask these 3 things to my father? I would have anyway done it for you. That's called appreciation for his mother. And then he went to Kaushalya and he told Kaushalya that, I'm going now. And Kaushalya folded Ram's head and she kept to her chest. And then she felt, my son, something is not right. Why am I feeling your head very heavy? What happened? But that was not heaviness out of, some upset. He was not upset. But he told, this is what happened. I have to go to Vanvas now. Kaushalya told, Ram, before you appeared, we were in anxiety that we should have a son like you. You appeared now, and now you are going. This is even more painful. This pain is more. Lakshmana was looking at the whole thing. He was looking at when he was speaking to Kaikeyi. He was looking at when he was speaking to Kaushalya. Lakshmana's anger was infusing like anything. Hare Krishna, Jana Tulya Sudramaya ki jai, Sitara Lakshmana Hanuman ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Prahlad Narasimha ki jai. So what are the names of Radha Krishna deities?
They're actually from the Gita Ashram
Oh, because
deities. Next, we call them Radha Venugopal.
Radha? Radha Venugopal ki jai. So I'm just ending this. This one final aspect of appreciation of Lord Ram is that Lakshmana was filled with anger of what is going on with his brother, but he was holding it. He held it even when Kaushalya was speaking to him. And finally, when Lord Ram went to Sita Ma and he started telling that now we have to go, now I have to go, whatever discussions, that time Lakshmana exploded. So Ram, what is going on here? Whoever that king is, I don't know if he has any eyes. Has he gone blinded? He was talking about his father. He did not even address his father as father. He said, whoever that king is, what kind of justice is doing? Is he blinded? How can he do what he has done to you? How can he make such kind of decision? And then Ram is like, wait. Lakshmana, understand. Can't you see the amount of love that was pouring out of Kaushalya? Don't you remember the love that was pouring out of Kaikeyi? Our mother Kaikeyi? The way love is to flow like Ganga? Lakshmana is like, how come that whole Ganga dried in one night? No, I understand, Lakshmana. But you should understand that when such love is getting dried up in one night, something great is getting planned by destiny. That is the reason so much Ganga, whatever you're saying, got dried in one night. Lakshmana is like, people who talk about destiny and decide their life are cowards. Just imagine Lord Ram is standing there and Lakshmana is talking like that. And all that Lord Ram saw in him was love. Love filled with appreciation for what Lord Ram has given to everyone. And we have to understand that between devotees also sometimes, our natures can make us speak loudly, but you should see the whole love behind what they are doing. Right? While we are working together, as long as we remember that we are here to appreciate Srila Prabhupada and give back to him what we have received from him, in that appreciation we will find unity. If a community is together, that's only because we are appreciating each other and we are able to see the underlying love between devotees, which is purely to satisfy a great Acharya like Srila Prabhupada. Like Lord Ram tolerated and also appreciated Lakshmanji, right? If he is setting a great example, how we all also have to adjust and see what is underneath, right? So, once again, I just read the translation. Ritu Maharaj continued. How can such persons, can you all repeat after me? It's a beautiful translation. How can such persons who have rendered unlimited service by explaining the path of self-realization in relation to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and whose explanations are given for our enlightenment with complete conviction and Vedic evidence be repaid, except by folded palms containing water for their satisfaction. Such great personalities can be satisfied only by their own activities, which are distributed among us human society out of their unlimited mercy. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Gaur Premanande. So I would like to thank this small opportunity that was given by Madhav Gopinath Prabhu and Mataji here. Very, very grateful, Mataji, that you have done all the hard work. You have done so many sacrifices for this to be there, for everything to be there. Nothing comes without sacrifices. A devotee's life is filled with sacrifices to his own health, to everything. So many anxieties. I'm sure every brick that was placed to make this place the way it looks like, it's with lot of sacrifices, lot of anxieties. So let's appreciate what we are receiving. And I would like to tell Prabhu that the other side of the city, when we see this side of the city, we get very, very motivated. So please continue to motivate us so that we can do some portion of what you're doing here and repeat what you're doing here. We all have come here just to see how vibrant this community is, how nicely this temple has evolved, and many, many temples that will open in future. I pray to Srila Prabhupada that he also blesses the western side of the city, like he's blessing the eastern side of the city. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो अनन्तकोटि वैष्णवभूतेभ्यो भारतं की जय.
Actually, Srila Prabhupada blessed West more than the East. Most of his preaching engagements are in the West. And similarly, like, we have so much blessings of Srila Prabhupada. Once in a while, he became priest. We express our gratitude for all the devotees, Leela, Prabhu, Bhagavatam, and others who had come here today. And also, one thing that, like, we can do is, let's pray for Prabhu's father, Namtesha Prabhu. He had come here, actually had expressed his appreciation, he wanted to be here. But right now, he's actually not keeping well. It's almost 18 months. Let's everyone take a minute and pray for Prabhu by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prakash Prabhu and Lavanya Mataji, please come. They have a daughter recently born, Amukta Malyada. Prakash Prabhu, please come.
Madhav.